Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com here at Alan's Camera to talk about the Nikon D800E, unbox it, sniff it, and tell you the differences, other than the E being put on the box, over the D800. So pretty much what's going on here is there's no anti-aliasing filter, which leaves you the possibility of getting moiraying in your images. You can see a lot of examples online, even on Nikon's website, talking about what moiraying is and how you get rid of it. You get rid of it in post, which means you have to take the file into the computer and get rid of that moiraying in certain editing programs. But that's what you have to deal with. Now, who is this camera for? Or what else does it do? What it's meant to do is give you sharper images because there's no filter, which is getting rid of the aliasing in the camera, which gives you slightly less sharp image. Will you ever see the difference? Some people will if they put the images side by side and they know what they're looking at. A lot of people that shoot medium format shoot with those medium format cameras because they get the most detail and the sharpest images because there are no filters, anti-aliasing filters involved with them. So I've talked to some of those guys and they said that is what they look for in this camera is the fact that it doesn't have the anti-aliasing filter, which should give you sharper images with slightly more detail. Now, does it outweigh, does having it in the camera versus not having it and having to correct it later, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? If you're a studio shooter and you're already shooting medium format or you've shot medium format in the past, you already have a workflow down to work in the computer to edit those images and correct for moiraying if it shows up. If you don't, it's not something that I would want to do after the fact. I want to capture images, I want to take pictures, I want to worry about shooting first and not really have to worry about, am I going to correct for a pinstriping issue in somebody's shirt? So really, this camera is meant to be used in the studio. I don't know if I would use it on a wedding. You get the dress and you get all those colors and you've got to correct all the moiraying and you got the different pinstripes and the different things like that. I don't know. But if you're doing studio shooting and that's what your job is, and you need to have the sharpest images, or you're doing landscapes and you're shooting buildings and there's just architecture and you just need to have the sharpest, most detailed images, that's what you're going to get from this. But you're paying a price. You're paying $300 more, and the only difference is it doesn't have that anti-aliasing filter. So let's just unbox it, sniff it, and move on. So there aren't going to be any sample images taken with this because this is not my camera and I'm not going to take any sample images. But you've got your warranty card, your D800 and D800E user's manual in English and Spanish. It's basically the same manual that you would get with your D800. Everything about this camera is exactly the same as when we unboxed the D800, except for, let's see, let's take it out. Let's show you the difference. The one difference. Oh my. Oh, that's good. Smells like a Lowe's. This has an E right there. It says D800E. That is the difference. Everything else about this camera is exactly the same. So really, not much else to say about it because I've already unboxed the D800. Here's your D800E. $300 more than the D800. Supposed to give you sharper images, a little bit more detail because of the fact that it does not have that low pass filter going on in the camera. I've done a lot of questions, I've asked a lot of questions of a lot of people, both Nikon, both Canon, who is this for? And the majority of people say it's for people in the studio, it's for people that are doing a specific type of shot that they want to try to match what they can do with medium format in a camera like this. If you're just an everyday shooter and you just shoot a lot of stuff, sports, everything, I don't think this camera is for you. I'm not sure that this camera is for me because I don't do the type of shooting that I would get a benefit from this that I know of. Now, I would like to see some sample images from people. I believe I may know somebody who may be purchasing one of these. We can get some sample images from them to see what happens, to see side by side, maybe between one 800 and the other 800, what the differences are. But I know from people who already have and are using the regular D800 on jobs that they are beyond pleased with the quality of images that they're getting, the detail that they're getting out of the shadow information, out of the shadow side of the face is incredible, and they love it. So, yeah, why is it $300 more? Because it's special. It's missing one thing. It's just a limited run. When you have to do less production, cost is going to go up. So I expect a lot of people to want this camera. Will they need it? Who knows? But that's really what you're doing, is you're going to possibly get those sharper images. You just have to be cognizant that you're going to have to make corrections later if moiraying shows up, and certain programs allow you to do that. So that's the D8. Oh, what did I forget? To sniff it? You know what this one does smell like? It smells like Yipe Stripes fruit stripe gum, if you remember those commercials, for those anti-aliasing stripes that may show up, or sorry, for the moiraying that may show up that look like rainbows. And there you have it from Alan's camera. This is the D800E unboxing, sniff test, and understanding what it's all about. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya. If you're looking for a free photo guide to capturing motion in low light situations, feel free to sign up right here. Put your name, email address in, hit send it, and you will automatically be sent that free guide.